Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is releasing soon. But now, is this game right for you? Now let's talk about that. So Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is going to be the new entry into the Legend of Zelda timeline play. Now if you were looking for this game to be very similar to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I got some bad news for you. It's not going to be something like that. It's going to be more like a hack and slash sort of beat 'em up game. So you're going to have a horde of different enemies that you will be able to take down with different powers, characters, and honestly, it's really cool. But honestly, that's not all bad news if you were just looking to play as Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, open world, being able to do whatever the heck you want, shrines, and a whole bunch of things. Because hey, now you can finally use characters that you were able to use previously. Like you can use a Korok, you can use Zelda, you can use a bunch of different characters, which is really awesome, and maybe you should give it a try. But another reason maybe you might want to is because of the story. Now honestly, one of the best parts of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom was the story. How good that story actually was is honestly really great. Now I've said this so much about the story itself, it really drives a lot of players towards this, and a Hyrule Warriors game is no exception. Like honestly, this will give you what happened between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, that little gap that you really need to fill in. Because was I the only one that thought that Tears of the Kingdom didn't give you the most amount of clarity until what happened between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? All I knew was I randomly got to the bottom of the stairs, realized that there was someone there, a demon king or whatever, and boom! All of a sudden Zelda is no more, and I'm looking around realizing what in the world is going on. But this game will probably give you the clarity on what happened. Now, honestly, if you've played Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, it's going to be nothing new to you. You'll know that you get to play as pretty much every single character out the world, but you'll know that you'll also realize that it is not the basic core mechanic of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. And I honestly wasn't the biggest fan about this sort of gimmick. The only reason why I completed this is because I wanted to know more about the story. This game really delivers on that story aspect. You have at least 2 hours of story into this game, which is really awesome. It is the same voice actors from Tears of the Kingdom, so you have no worry about that. So Zelda is going to be the same, and it's going to be like you're watching a cutscene from Tears of the Kingdom, but more in a Hyrule Warriors sort of game. The game looks honestly beautiful, and with that 4K 60 FPS, you should have no problems with that. And I believe you will be able to play it at 120 FPS if that's something that you want, but of course at 1080p. So overall, this is going to be really awesome, and that's maybe something that you want for a hack and slash sort of fast-paced gameplay, which is really cool. A lot of other fun features with this game is the fact that it will be split screen co-op, so if you wanted to, you can play with either a friend, give it to someone, hey, you can be the Korok and I'll be Zelda or something like that. There's a lot of characters that weren't previously there inside of Tears of the Kingdom, which we're really going to have to learn more and more about. Like this construct looking Link. Now this could be Link because this would be the first Legend of Zelda game that Link makes no appearance. So unless this is Link from the future doing some contract Link and then all of a sudden in Tears of the Kingdom he loses his memory again. He has no recollection of what happened, that he was some sort of construct or something like that. But hey, maybe they're going to build upon this because this is honestly really interesting that this is the first Legend of Zelda game that Link is nowhere to be seen. Now, Echoes of Wisdom, of course, you were only playing as Zelda, but Link was still inside of the game, so hey, this is still the first one in that sort of region of, hey, Link is missing, oh my goodness, this is so scary. But overall, that is very interesting. Now honestly, you will be able to explore the sky, you will be exploring Hyrule, and you will be exploring the depths. So just like Tears of the Kingdom, you'll have 3 different areas that you will be able to explore, and honestly, it's going to take place in a lot of areas that you will be able to explore in Tears of the Kingdom. Like if you want to go near Rito Village, you will be able to explore somewhere near there. Now it's not fully open world, it will be more like a mission select screen, like if you played Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now these things aside, honestly makes for a pretty fun game. Now, just because it's not fully open world like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, doesn't mean that it's not going to be a great game. In fact, it might be quite the opposite. It gives you the chance to try out a brand new genre of game. And honestly, maybe you'll like this so much that you'll pick up The Legend of Zelda or Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I always make a mistake over that. Or you can get the original Hyrule Warriors, which doesn't take place, doesn't have to do canon at all, so they can do a bunch of goofy gimmicks, a bunch of different mechanics that you would have never thought existed in The Legend of Zelda. So that game is not canon whatsoever, so you're gonna find a whole bunch of goofy things that aren't making sense inside of The Legend of Zelda timeline. That game is not connected whatsoever, so hey, give it a try if you like Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. A lot of things that go into this game being good is honestly just the story, the gameplay, and everything associated. Now you will be able to change your weapon, so like in Tears of the Kingdom where you're able to switch your weapon, it breaks within one hit. Well, there you go. You get a brand new weapon which doesn't break, so maybe that's an upside into being able to play Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. You don't get a breaking weapon. And also, if you have data from Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and also The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you get 2 brand new weapons, which is really awesome. You will also be able to upgrade those weapons, like if you were to go to Death Mountain and give one of your weapons to an Octorok and get some kind of bonus, but this time you go to a blacksmith with the ores and materials that you've collected throughout your adventure, and you can upgrade that weapon to stronger and stronger. Of course, you will be able to get a bunch of different weapons, and your characters will be able to upgrade as well, which is really, really awesome. So if you want to be a Korok with level 1 gear sort of stuff, well, of course, the Koroks, different characters have different weapons, so hey, consider to try every single one of them. It's 4 different unique playing styles. If you like more the hack and slash character, well then you can probably use the Construct Link. But if you wanted more like magic powers and stuff like that, you can use Zelda. The same amount of powers will be inside of this game, like more of the Ultra Hand and all of those unique abilities, but in a different way. Sometimes you will be able to stun creatures by using this. Sometimes you will be able to rewind time by using rewind. You'll also be able to do a bunch of different things, but overall, it's a really, really awesome game. And if you want to check it out, hey, it's releasing later this week, which is really, really awesome and really, really exciting. So overall, it's going to be something truly special. It's going to be something that you look at and you'll be like, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment might be for me or might not be for me. But I would say if you're on the fence of getting this game, maybe it would be the time to pick it up, because hey, this game, if you like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, this game is perfect for that. It gives you that perfect balance in between gameplay and also story. So if you wanted to know what happened between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, well then there you go, it's perfect for you. Because honestly, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity gave you exactly what I was personally looking for. I wanted to know what happened and how did Hyrule end up in shambles. Honestly, it worked out pretty well at the end of the day. So you just gotta think to yourself, are you looking for the story or are you looking for the gameplay? Because if you're looking for the gameplay, this is no question to you whatsoever. Hey, there you go, it's a perfect game for you. But the story is much more of a different sort of question, because am I going to play the game? Is the game going to be fun enough for me to reach the next mission and the next mission? Like I said, what really kept me engaged with the game or Hyrule Warriors as a whole was the story and trying to figure out what happened next and next and next. When I noticed it, I was probably playing this game for 4 hours before I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get up and do something else. Overall, it's something super, super weird, awesome, and honestly, you're probably going to have a blast with this game. But overall, with all those points aside, now it's up to you to decide, is this game worth it for me? Am I going to enjoy this game? Is it going to be not just a cash grab game for me? Or is it like, I want to know more and more about something like this, and maybe I'll jump into a different Hyrule Warrior sort of game. But overall, all of those things being said, I hope you have fun with this game if you do decide to pick it up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and with that being said, see you in the next one.